the Lip Rippin' Podcast. I'm your host, Ravi N, aka Ravasaurus. Thanks so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time, as per usual. You all are good people. We've been going through a marathon together, haven't we, over the last, sheesh now. I think this is 46 weeks in a row since Lip Rippin' Podcast has started, and I'm truly enjoying my time. It has been fun and rewarding and challenging. I think it's been cool to go back in time and relive some of these moments that were once just stored in my memory, and if something came up, perhaps I would remember it. But other than that, it kind of just was locked away, never to be told. I think, but here we are on another episode. Thanks again. I wanted to chat with you all real quick about a situation that, well, not a situation, a fishing trip that I took last May. I think it was May of 2020. I took a trip the week after walleye opened up with a good friend of mine, near and dear friend of mine, Matt Bartoli. Great man. He has a nice little boat, man. I think he has like a 15 or 16 foot nice little fishing boat. It's not an aluminum boat. Well, it's a bass boat, so it is aluminum, I think. The hull is aluminum, and but it's nice. It's like probably 2015 or 2011 with a 50 on the back. It's got balls. It goes. He's got a nice trolling motor and shit. So it's ready for fishing, you know. So we went out to Fenland Falls, which some of you probably avid anglers know about. It's an interesting lake. One of the most famous spots in the lake is called Goose Bay. It is a tournament lake, Sturgeon Lake it's called. It is a tournament lake. People do fish it heavily for walleye, and that's why Goose Bay is pretty famous, because it's large and it houses a lot of boats. A lot of boats can sit in that bay and fish it at once, even though it's fucking annoying. People do it, and that's kind of the groundwork that I'm laying for you on this trip out for some Walters a couple weeks or a week after the season opened. So Matty Matt picks me up in this, this is a gorgeous car. I don't want to get it wrong. I believe it's the Lexus. Give me 1 second. What is it called? Oh my god. No. I think it's the RCF. Yeah, baby. It's the RCF. Holy shit, man. 2020 RCF, and it is faster than lightning. It put my head back in the chair, and I was freaking glued to that seat the entire drive. It's a beautiful car, and we got up to Sturgeon Lake from Pickering. We got up to Fenland Falls in like maybe an hour and 25 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. So it was a nice drive up. He came up, picked me up at 5 a.m. It was still dark out, so we drove as the sun came up, and it was nice, man. So we got on the lake pretty early, maybe like 7 o'clock, and no, even earlier, probably like 6:30. Uncover the boat, get going, you know. I brought up some minnows, so he's like, "Yo, where do you want to go?" I think this was our first ever. Yeah, I think this was our first ever time going up on the boat together. But no. I lie. We had fished Fenland Falls a year before that, or 2 years before that. I came up and visited him at his buddy's cottage. Was it Fenland or Balsam? Might have been Balsam Lake. And we fished on his boat that time too, and that was fucking sick. That was a really fun time as well. But anyways, I'll tell you guys about that maybe another time. Um, but yeah, so Matty and I get on the boat. We get on the water. It's fucking early. Water's glass, calm, crystal clear. Not a ripple in the water. It's just glassy, man, and it's just a perfect day. Mist is coming off the water as the sun rises, and we're just like, all right. And it's nice and cool. Water's cold. Ice out was like maybe 3 weeks before that, and yeah, we're out there for Walters. So we go out, and he's like, yo, where do you want to go? Whatever. I'm like, I don't fucking know. This is your home lake, man. Like, take me wherever you want. So he's like, come on, man, tell me where, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I like to work islands. I like to work shorelines. So let's try to work shorelines. He's like, okay. So we stop at this one place, and right off the bat, like close to where his boat is, like 5 minutes away. We stop right away. He drops, like, he's jigging this like plastic minnow. I have a real minnow. So we're trolling by, boom, he slams this nice like 3 pound smallie. It's illegal at the time, right? But it was a nice fish, I thought anyways, and it was a sweet little fight. Might have been even a 4 pounder. It was a fucking big smallmouth. And I was like, oh shit, Matty, nice fish, dude. He's like, fuck that, it's not a Walter. He's like, fuck that, we came here for walleye. But he just tossed it back, and that's fine by me, right? So I'm like, alright. And he's like, where do you want to go? I'm like, just take me, man. Take me to all your spots. You have the GPS on there. Just guide me on this lake, right? But the thing is, he's jigging this plastic minnow, and he's trolling, and I have a minnow and weight set up. So I want to just kind of sit in a spot, and see what's up, but he's trolling, so it's kind of hard for me. Anyways, he takes me around the lake and shit, and like, yo, you can see fully the bottom of most of this lake because no weeds have come in yet. It's just kind of crazy unless you go all the way to Goose Bay. So anyways, we start at one end of the lake and we end up on the other end of the lake right away. I'm like, just fuck it, let's go to your spot. So we go all the way to Goose Bay, the other end of the lake, and we just start fishing it. We fish the fuck out of it. It gets sunny, it gets hot, but oh my god, I'm throwing lures now, I'm throwing live bait, I'm working 2 rods, switching back and forth, I'm doing whatever I can. This guy's jigging, trolling us all over Goose Bay. So we fish it all morning, nothing, not a hit. Like, let's just start going back, dude. Like, who cares, He's like, yeah, it's fucking getting hot. His bald head is just burning. And, knowing me, I'm probably in, like, sweats like an idiot. So I'm sweating buckets and just no luck. Not even a hit, not even a tap. Just weeds, if anything. And it was just so bunk of a morning. You're just like, fuck it. So on the way back, we hit a couple of nice spots, and it's good to see because that like later on in the season, those spots might be good if the weeds come in, when the weeds come in. So it was like a nice scouting trip for me at Fenland Falls that particular occasion. But other than that, it was shit. And Matty, if you ever listen to this, which you probably won't, but if you do, that was a shit trip. Alright? Other than having a good time with you, making jokes, it was shit. Alright? Didn't even catch a small bass, nothing. Not a perch, not a sunny, not a rocker, not a largemouth, not a smallmouth, not a pike, not a Walter, not a muskie. Nothing, man. I didn't catch a damn thing in that lake that morning. And we still stayed, even though I tried to say let's go. Like, we took a 2 to 3 hour trip back from Goose Bay because I was just like, let's stop here. He's like, oh, you want to fish here? Oh, you want to fish here? Oh, you want to fish here? I'm like, yeah. What the fuck? Of course I want to fish there. What the fuck? Stop the boat. Let's fish. All the way back. and I still didn't catch shit. And he didn't catch a damn thing either after that fucking smallie at like 6:45 a.m. He didn't catch jack shit either after that. That's how fishing goes sometimes, man. But I didn't care. It was sick. After that, we took the RCF to the car wash. He washed it. The car wash was right behind a beer store. I got 2 cold beers. Watched him as he washed that whip. That sounded a little perverse, didn't it? Watched him as he washed his car as I drank beer. That's freaking crazy. Anyways, that's what we did. We came home with 0 fish, except an illegal smallie that went right back into Fenland Falls, and hopefully a big muskie ate it or something, because fuck that smallie. I'm only saying that because I didn't catch it. If I caught it, I would have taken mad photos and posted it. That's what I do with big fish and small fish. I don't hate the big ones or the small ones. You know, more meat than rice is all I'm about. All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining me on another episode of Lip Rippin' Podcast. Please don't hesitate to join me on a future boat ride down the line. I appreciate your time as always. Thanks so much, and have yourself a lovely rest of your day, or beginning of your day, whatever time it is. See you soon. Bye now.